at the same time, it's just you can't say that I ever put on a bad match.
Right.
Like, man, no, when the lights were at its brightest, when the crowd was at its hottest, O'Shea delivered every single time. And I want that to be undeniable across the board, regardless of what you may think about me personally and professionally.
I mean, it's the character that's going to get over first and foremost, like we said before. Like, there's great technical athletes. Like, don't get me wrong. AJ Styles, Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, But, like, a guy that you were supposed to wrestle, Orange Cassidy. I
Yeah.
wouldn't consider, like, he's good, but, like, would you consider him one of the best athletes in the ring? No, but he's got a character and he's got a thing that works for him that got over.
And he's very, very good at what he does. He's very good at what he does. Like the character of Orange Cassidy, I'm not pulling that off. That is just for him. Him
Yeah.
doing that is he is the best at it because he is the only one doing it. That's what makes it special. Like to me, the best wrestler in the world across whatever discipline is Jonathan Gresham. I've told that
Yeah.
to his face. I will preach that until that is the hill that I'm willing to die on, hands down. Like I have grappled with him before and immediately realized I have made a mistake. Like why I'm in the ring. Like I was like, no, man, get off me, dog. Like just get off me. Um, because Jonathan Gresham is the best at what he does. And you know why that makes him the best at what he does? Because look how many people are trying to be just like him.
Mm.
And as
Wow.
soon as you see it, you go, man, that's Gresh. When you're spawning other people trying to, I'll say flatter you. I don't want to say imitate. When people trying to flatter you by taking bits and pieces from your style, there's no way you cannot put him in that category of like, yo, pound for pound, best wrestler in the world, Jonathan Gresham.
I'm curious because again, I feel like you guys, whether it be in Ring of Honor or any other promotion that you're wrestling for that night, like the full on indie scene, like do you guys have each other's back? Like, are you constantly like, this is like this worked, this didn't work, constantly giving each other feedback, or is it more of the every man for himself mentality? Because there's so many of you.
So, right. So for us, and I can't really speak for, and there's a handful of us. I'll leave those names. There's a handful of us that we are always looking out for each other. We're all we got. Um, because for the most part, we understand this is a business, and you know, if everyone's not trying to succeed in this business, then we're all going to fail. So if Gresh is doing great, he's going to want to try to make everyone else's business great because that gives him more people to wrestle.
Mm,
And then on that makes the promotion great. And everyone win. Like a high tide raises all ships. So if I'm riding a wave, why wouldn't I want to bring everyone along on that wave with me so everyone can get better? And we put on better shows than we did before, then we do it again. So yeah, there's well, you do have people out there who's like, hey, no, I gotta get mine and da da da. And that's cool. I get it. If anything, I understand it. But as for me and my camp, we're all just like, no, man, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're looking at. Any like let's go. Let's make some moves. And it works. And guys got some big things coming up lately. And it's not my place to say anything about them just
right.
yet. But like it's something that like even for me, I'm knocking stuff off my wrestling bucket list, and I'm really excited for it.
Oh yeah, I feel like you guys, if you're all on the same page, all trying to help each other out, that's going to make the matches better. It's going to make the overall card better. Just the overall promotion better and what you're doing.
Right.
And the word's going to get out.
And everything we do is always about like the betterment of each other. So if I'm giving one of my guys a message, hey man, watch this for me and please tell me what you think. I don't want to hear about what I did well.
Yeah.
Brother, I know what I did well. I want you to tell me what did I didn't do that wasn't so hot, or what can I have done better. I'm not breaking out Mets or 5 stars. I'm like, brother, I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes and get the hell out
Right.
of here.
Right.
So but even with the span of the 10 minutes I may have, man, of course I'm going to put on match tonight. That's what I'm trying to do every night. So
Yeah.
how do I do that? Is I need people to subjectively objectively look at what I'm doing. Is hey man, this was cool, but I think you could have done this to get better, and then you apply it. It's just like we're students. We're always learning. The game's evolving. My matches always evolve into something that I want to put out there for the world to see. Like, wrestling's an art. Who doesn't want to get better at their art?
How many live matches have you done since kind of crowds have come back? I know Ring of Honor's not quite there yet, but for anything else that you've wrestled in, Have you
A
gotten to see a
bunch.
crowd reaction from what your character has done so far?
Yeah. So yeah, during the pandemic, a lot of stuff was closed off, rightfully so. But it wasn't until actually, it wasn't until this past August where things in the South are, well, it's the South. It is what it is. Take that for how
Right,
you want to see it.
right.
Um, but it was the first time getting to work in a full house, and everyone's seen me on YouTube, TV, this, that, and the other, da 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 da. So being a Ring of Honor at that point was a thing. Um, and he said, "Hey, we want to bring you and do the show for us." Cool, but here's the thing, man. I don't need you to promote the show. I'm like, what? He's like, don't promote the show. He goes, you are going to be a surprise because you haven't been home, and at this point, I have been home in almost a year and a half. It's like, we're not going to promote you on the show. You're going to be a surprise for the whole crowd. I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. No one knew, and then all of a sudden, music hit. And usually, depending where I'm at, there's a certain, if it's not the Ring of Honor music I'm using, it's either Many Men by 50 Cent or Public Service Announcement by Jay
Oh
Z.
yeah.
But they just hit hard. They hit differently. And so the guy was like, "Hey man, I couldn't find a decent version of Many Men that wasn't just filthy, and it's a family show." I'm like, "Yo man, just put on Public Service Announcement. It's clean enough." And this is like Tennessee, Chattanooga. Um, and as soon as it hit, that place lost its mind. I think it was maybe like 300 people. I mean, but for them it was a lot. I mean, just they said, "Yo, man, we couldn't hear the music. We were cheering that loud." And that's when I know I had. I'm like, "All right, okay, I've been, all right,
Wow.
I got something going on here. Cool, let's just keep this up." And every time there's a crowd, man, it's the reaction's the same. The reaction's the same. Especially when we did Best in the World, and it was the first time that Ring of Honor had fans in the crowd. And here, dude, STP's been all over everything, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And it's the first time you get to see everybody live for the first time. Man, the place lit off, and I for the first time I got goosebumps. Like, whoo, man. And then we kind of looked and we're like, yeah, man, this is real. Like, yo, man, let's go get it. And everything else from there was just a moment.
I mean, the crowds, I feel like, for the past year and a half have just been waiting. They've been amped up, waiting to get back in the arenas. And for you to have that surprise moment, at home, like those are the things that you live for. And that's such a lost art, too, the surprise in professional wrestling.
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
promoted beforehand.
Because even though clout isn't tangible, brother, clout's real. Clout is real.
Even if you're
You
trying
want
to
to be
keep
the
it a surprise, it doesn't stay a
right.
surprise.
Right. It's just because everybody wants that. Everybody's trying to be the first to break the news, or it's whatever. It's social. Oh God, social media.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, when you can pull it off, but that's the storyteller in me, though. I just want to be like I just want to tell a story. Sometimes the best stories are the ones you never see coming, and that's what just makes it such a great thing.
Man. I'm curious to ask you this question, too, as a pro wrestler, because, again, like, you want to be the best every single night, right? Like, that's the main goal when you get into this.
Right.
You want to main event a show, or do you want to kick off a show? Because I feel like they can go hand in hand, right? Like, you literally get to feel the passion
Right.
from the crowd
Right.
right off the bat and set the tone for the entire card for the rest of the night. Or you could
Right.
have them
Okay.
leave the arena with that lasting impression in the main event.
All right. So then I'm gonna answer your question with a few questions of my own. So open a show, main event a show. Where is it?
Chicago.
Okay. Is it a major indie, major promotion, major indie, or mid level indie?
Mm. I'll throw a curveball at you. Let's say it was 2018, the All In pay per view before Cody and Tony Khan started All Elite Wrestling.
First up, baby. First up.
First.
First up. Put me out first. Put me out first. Yep. Put me
I
out
don't
first.
remember who kicked off that show, but that crowd was amped up that night. You had no idea what to
you
expect.
you could pull out anybody, and that place was going to lose it. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
If that's the case, 2018 All In, I'm gonna come out first. I'm gonna come out first. I'm gonna set the tone for the rest of the night. Yeah,
Wow.
something that big, and it's not so much. I don't think I was. Oh yeah, I could be a main event, but no. Put me on first, and especially if it's like, give me Give me 10 to 12. Give me first matchup, Hoss fight. Let's go.
Wow, that's interesting. I mean, I'm trying to think what else, because like, what if the storyline is so compelling, like it's a 7-8 month build up to the match? Like, I feel like you'd
Right now,
want the main
yeah.
event
If
spot.
it's a build up, that's one thing. But if it's just like, hey man, we're putting an all star game, you're up. Like you trying to lead off, like sure I am.
Yeah.
let me hit my shit. But if it's a build for something, either depending on the go home match, man, it kind of depends. If it's for a title, yeah, main event. If it's not, semi main.
Mm. How about this?
I
What's the greatest kickoff match that you've seen on a card that set the tone for the match, and then you had to see that number 2 match and be like, oh crap, sorry dude,
oh
I feel bad for you having to follow that. I know a few matches right off the top of my head just watching wrestling
which
growing up where I was
what
like, oh my
what's
god.
what you got?
There was Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and The Miz at WrestleMania 34. They kicked off triple threat for the Intercontinental
Yeah,
title, which was
that was
awesome.
really good. That was awesome. That was
Um,
awesome.
Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins kicked off WrestleMania. I forget which year it was
Yes.
at MetLife
Um.
Stadium. Yeah.
Yes.
How do you
Actually,
follow that? You think that would be the main
yeah.
event?
And I don't. But at the same time, that's a challenge for me. So I'm like, well, let's get it. And then I'm going to do the complete opposite of everything that they did.
Yeah, I feel like that's such a tough spot coming out at number 2, though.
It is. Oh, it is. Unless it's a title fight, or unless it's a gimmick, yeah, it is hard,
Yeah.
very hard. But for me, I'm like, cool, because I'm looking, and then I'm going like, I'm probably going to change some shit, and then we're,
Yeah.
we're going to go, we're going to go for it. But
Yeah.
no, like I said, I enjoy that type of challenge though, especially. But if it's a good story, man, brother, you can put me on wherever. I'm going to nail this thing. What? Like I may just kill your main event. Sorry.
And I feel like it's got to be the character too. Like we go back all the way back to developing
Yeah.
the development of it, the mic skills. Like I feel like you were born with the gift of gab. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you said you
No,
always had that.
yeah, man, I always had that. But I come from a very athletic family
Yeah.
on both sides. Both, I was about to say both sides of the ball. But very athletic family. Like one side was heavy wrestling, football. Other side heavy creative wise, and basketball. So if like you weren't playing a sport, you were either playing an instrument or you were singing. On my mother's side, on my father's side, it was just like amateur wrestling and football, and that was it. So I was getting one or the other, but man, I say as I chose the right parents, and
Right.
I got I got what I got. But yeah, you had to be tough. You had to talk, because when the family got together, we were going to start roasting each other, and if you couldn't hang, hey man, you just couldn't hang. And so like me talking shit, not a problem, not a problem. I just learned from a very young age. If you're going to talk shit, well, you better be able to back that thing up. Then
Well, let me leave you with this. I don't want to take too much of your time, so I'll let you go
you're
here
good. You're
soon.
good.
What's the dream scenario when it comes to in-ring promos back and forth, hashing out trash talking with someone in the ring? Who do you think that you could tell a compelling storyline with and just, go mano y mano, tit for tat with someone on the opposite side of the squared circle?
The Miz.
Really? That's who you'd pick?
I go toe to toe with the Miz. Yeah, yeah, hands down, hands
Why
down.
is that?
He is.
I mean, he's
He
great.
is. He's great. He is because he is who he. I mean, he is as advertised. And then once again, the bell's got to ring, and he delivers.
Mm,
Think what you want to think about it. The man is he is all but consistent. Like he's got it. The talking smack episode where he destroyed Daniel Bryan. I'm like, yo, like boys, that's
true
say what you
stuff,
want
too.
to. I'm like, yo, this he might be out of character right here. But you didn't care. It was really good. Really good. Like I love but he can take himself seriously, and then at the same time he cannot take himself seriously, and it's because he can float between the two is to me what makes him more versatile to tell a story with, because he can be anything you need him to be, and he'll nail it every single time.